Winter Rose, written by Panwadee, Ponglada K, Ittimakin, Episode 9. Socrates was a recent nightclub, admitted only people from the South Colorado and Ipanema groups, which comprised the rich and famous in the highest strata of real society. The cars parked outside were exclusively American and European models: Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Volvo. The arriving guests wore elegant evening dress, oozing wealth as they stepped out of their cars with elegant ease and acknowledged with the slightest movement of their heads the assistance of the bow-tie staff opening the doors for them. Virtually all the young men attending the party were escorting beautiful young karaoke girls in their fashionable evening dress, easily as elegant as those born in the high society of America or Europe. They took Iris' breath away. Now, do you understand why I invited you to come too? Cody quizzed his sister. It is customary for men attending parties here to escort a lady. The more beautiful the lady, the higher their status. What about single men? What do they do? Persisted Irie. Well, they have to find a woman they can go with. It doesn't matter if she is not their wife. The status quo being thus, the people who looked at Irie and Cody did so without curiosity. Irie therefore felt calm and unembarrassed, and she walked confidently with head held high, clasping her brother's arm, passing through a tall Moorish archway. They entered the spacious hall, decorated with luxuriant plants. In the center of the wide ceiling was a gorgeous chandelier, its crystal droplets shimmering with rainbow colors. The atmosphere on the floor below was lively and bright as the elegant guests smiled and chatted, sipping wine from long-stemmed glasses, or sat listening to the music from the stage. Hi, Cody. Manuel. Gabriel. Cody warmly greeted a karaoke couple. The man was about the same age as himself, while his wife, a beauty with pale skin and long dark hair arranged in Latin style, appeared to be no other than Irie. Let me introduce you to Irie. She's my sister. Pleased to meet you, said Gabriel with warm, friendly smile. And me, echoed Manuel. What do you think of Rio? Gabriel's English was a little strange, but Irie could understand every word. She hasn't had a chance to go sightseeing, Cody hurried to answer. As soon as she arrived, I whisked her away to help at the company. If you need a guide, you can call me. I'm at your service. Gabriel would like to have a friend to go around with too. Isn't that right? Manuel turned to his wife lovingly. Just tell me when you're free, added Gabriel, and I will take you around myself. Thank you. I will hold you to your promise, for sure. Irie responded happily. Talk among yourself for a while. We have some business matters to discuss, Cody said to the two women. Go ahead. Gabriel and Irie made the most of the chance to talk together. Irie marveled inwardly at the fact that when two people feel an instant bond, Even though they have just met, they can chat away as if they have known each other for a long time. Gabrielle was a lively, modern girl, aware of the world around her, and chatting to her was fun. After they had been talking happily for a while, Gabrielle unexpectedly caught sight of an old friend. I didn't think she would be here. Who? A dear friend. I returned to see a beautiful, generally Latin young woman with long, raven black hair swinging freely around her smooth alabaster shoulders. By her side was a tall, slim young man, and Iris' heart missed a beat when she realized who he was. Dating a redhead in the morning, going out with a brunette at night. But she vaguely remembered having seen this girl at Princeton also. She had grown even more beautiful with the passage of time. Over here, Monica. The girl turned and smiled at Gabrielle before tugging the arm of the playboy she was with attract his attention. I haven't seen you for ages. You haven't changed a bit, just as beautiful as ever. Thanks, Gabrielle. Hey, aren't you forgetting something? Why don't you greet Enrique? Sorry, I was just so excited to see the two of you together. Gabrielle turned to greet Monica escort in English instead of Portuguese. She did not want Iris to feel left out. Enrique, how are you? Gabrielle greeted him as politeness required. Iris ventured to look at Enrique, only to find that Enrique's whirling white eyes were looking fleetingly and registering in surprise before he turned to talk with Gabrielle. Gabrielle, wonderful to see you. How are you? Fine. Manuel and Cody are over there. We have already met before we meet you. The two of you. He looked at Iris as he was speaking and Gabrielle, taking the hint, hurried to introduce them. Sorry, I forgot to introduce you. This is Cody's sister, Iris. Enchanted to meet you. I'm Enrique Rodriguez, he said, taking the soft hand that Iris extended and raising it to his lips. Inexplicably, this traditional greeting made Iris grow, and hurrying to cover her feelings, she responded, Iria Winston, how do you do? Iris looked past Enrique and smiled at Monica, wondering if she knew about the redhead Sophia. Iris was filled with loathing for the infidelity of the man in front of her. Nice to meet you, said Monica, clearly wishing to be Iris' friend. Here come Cody and Manuel. Good timing, said Enrique. Seeing you surrounded with these beautiful young ladies, I became quite jealous. So here I am to be a thorn in your side. Have you met my sister yet? Gabrielle had just introduced her to us. I didn't know you had a beautiful younger sister, but what? Why don't you finish? Nothing. I've forgotten what I was going to say. If there had been just the two of them, Enrique would have finished what he was saying. Why does she look so different from you? However, with other people present, he thought it wise to say no more. How do you mean nothing? Speak up. You scoundrel. You are not old. Or are you starting to suffer from Alzheimer's? Cody teased his friend and made everyone laugh. It's not that. Okay, I'll say. I don't think your sister Irie likes me. Everyone laughed again. It's lucky that she doesn't like you because you are fatally attracted to all young ladies. And whom have you ever really loved? Oh, sorry. The exception is Monica, of course. Don't bring me into this, responded Monica good-naturedly. Women here are very kind and broad-minded. If someone accused my boyfriend of being a playboy, I would be red with rage. Thought Irie to herself, but he's not my boyfriend. It should be Monica, who is getting upset. But she is just the same, smiling as before. Let's find somewhere to sit so we can chat, suggested Manuel. Good idea. Come with me, Irie. Cody put an arm around his sister's shoulder and led her over to the table near the stage. While everyone was chatting, Irie turned her attention to the action on the stage in front of her. The MC, a karaoke, introduced the next performers, first in English, then in Portuguese, the language of Brazil. As soon as he left the stage, the color lights dimmed and an assortment of couples with varying skin tones came out to dance the samba. The samba used to be regarded as a dance of the working people in Brazil, but was enjoying new popularity as the symbol of a bohemian lifestyle. Enthusiastic applause filled the air. The moment the music stopped and the lights on the stage came up again, as the dancers took a bow, the stage became softly lit with multicolored lights as the sound of the lambada blared out from the speakers, effectively making all other sounds inaudible. People interested in music, like Irie, knew that the rhythm of the lambada came from the folk music of Africa, influenced by soca, zouk, merengue, and reggae. The three couples who came out to dance the lambada had previously danced the samba. The men wore long, loose trousers gathered in at the ankles. They were made from silky fabric, each pair in a different color, purple, yellow, and white. They were bare-chested, revealing their bulging muscles and strong physiques. Their partners were dressed sexily in tightly fitting blouses, short gathered skirts ending well above the knee, and high-heeled shoes emphasizing their curvaceous legs. Irie had seen the lambada during the New Year revelry in New York and had been interested to find out that this style of dancing had once disappeared completely and, having been rediscovered and become very popular in America, Europe, and around the world. In France, a record of the lambada made by a beautiful karaoke singer, Marguerite Menacé, sold 1.5 million records and had become a top 10 hit in Europe, the smash hit of the year, in fact. Before the dance started, the MC explained that the lambada had been born in Bahia, in northeastern Brazil, under African influence, with the dance steps combining dirty dancing and movements of original Brazilian dance. Irie momentarily looked away when the dancers were gyrating closely together and accidentally encountered Enrique's smoldering eyes. Crazy man, Irie thought to herself, quickly averting her eyes. Coming here with one girl but flirting with another girl he has only known for an hour. She averted her eyes and looked back to the stage, where the dance was almost finished, and the MC got the dancers to come forward one by one to take a bow. Then the MC invited members of the audience to come up onto the stage, but everyone fell silent and no one volunteered. Finally, it was decided to put slips of paper bearing the names of all the guests into a bag and draw lots. Irene was alarmed to hear her name being called as one of 6 people to go on the stage. Enrique was another. The more I detest him, the closer I have to be with him, Irene complained inwardly as the sound of clapping and cheering that greeted Enrique's name made it clear to her that he was well known by everyone. Go on. Go up on the stage and have fun. Cody encouraged Irene, who forced a smile but refused to take the arm Enrique offered to her. He brushed aside this snob and followed her anyway. On the stage, Irene's heart beat fast with excitement, totally unaware what would happen next and afraid that she would embarrass her brother. The most embarrassing moment of her own life was about to begin. The MC announced that there would be a lambada contest, before which the professional dancers would give the volunteers a few lessons. The couple that danced the best in the judgment of the audience would be awarded a prize, although the MC did not reveal what it was. The audience reaction also decided the pairings among the 6 participants. Irene was taller than the other 2 karaoke girls, and Enrique was taller than the 2 Latino guys, so it was judged that they would make a good pair. All the participants went to change their clothes off stage. Irene was given a spare dress by a dancer who was about the same size as her and was decidedly unhappy about the short gathered waist skirt that revealed too much of her legs. When they returned to the stage, the audience cheered and whispered. Irene was shy and did not dare look over to her brother's table. Enrique came and stood so close to her that she could feel the warmth of his body. She did not dare to sneak even the quickest glance at the curving muscles on his chest and bulging shoulders. The steps of lambada were easy, and anyone who could dance disco like Irene could also dance the lambada. However, Irene had never danced with her body pressed against a partner, and this made her stiff as she practiced spinning in towards her partner's chest, then twirling back out again with the rhythm. Her partner whispered in her ear with annoyance, "If you dance woodily like this, I will do something that will really embarrass you in front of everyone." "You mad?" Irene said through gritted great teeth and flashed him a furious look. Enrique laughed, enjoying her anger, and goaded her even more. "Close your eyes and pretend that we are lovers. That will make you feel more intimate. I don't mind." "But I do mind, you beast." Irene thought inwardly, keeping quiet and saying nothing. She continued to dance as stiffly as before until her partner had to warn her again. This time, he did not only speak, but also held her tightly until she spat out, "Let me go, you d-" "Not if you are still stubborn and don't obey me. It's only a dance, nothing serious. You grew up in America, so you should be familiar with this kind of thing. Don't tell me that You have never been out with a man. He continued without giving Irie the chance to speak. I don't believe that. So, do as I tell you, and everything will be alright. Something in his voice made Irie not dare to contradict him or fight back, afraid that he would show her up as he had threatened. At least they had finished practicing and it was time for the actual contest. After the dance, Irie and her partner were greeted by the loudest and most prolonged applause and whistles, and her excitement at knowing that they had won made her forget the unpleasantness. For the first time, Irie smiled openly at Enrique to express her delight. But when she knew what their prize was, she passed over her share to him, disinterestedly saying, "It's all yours. Choose whoever you want to go with." Irie did not wait for him to react, but hurried off to the ladies' dressing room backstage, determined to change quickly and rejoin her brother. Cody must be thinking about his new little daughter and wanting to get home. However, when she got back to the table, where they had been sitting at the beginning of the evening, only Manuel, Gabriel, and Monica were there. People had already started to go home, and CDs had replaced live music. I let Cody go home, as it was getting late. We promised that we would make sure you get home safely, Manuel said as Irie sat down. Has something happened? No, nothing, Irie. We know Cody well. We have been friends for many years and know that he loves these kids very much. He was missing them, and when we promised to see you home safely, he was relieved and went home. Sit and get your breath back. You dance really well, just like a professional. Gabriel praised her new friend. Thank you, but I have to congratulate my partner. I only follow him. If I had known that Enrique had arrived in time to hear these words, she would not have uttered them. Is that true, Irie? Said Enrique, hiding a smile. Something like that. In front of the others, Irie had to feign politeness. Enrique did not say any more, but continued to hide a smile. His attitude made Irie uncomfortable for some inexplicable reason. If it's not imposing on you, Gabriel and Manuel, I would like to go home now. Good. I was just thinking. I will suggest that myself. I will say goodbye then, Monica. I'm happy to have met you, Iris said, turning to the woman. She considered so generous and open-minded and not at all possessive about her boyfriend. I feel the same. See you again, Iris. Good night, everyone, Manuel said, turning to Enrique and Monica before leading his wife and friend's sister out of the party. As they walked past Enrique, Iris did not dare to even glance at his sharp eyes that were watching her like a hawk. Hearing him numbering something that she could not catch, she hurried after Manuel and Gabriel, who were waiting for her to catch up.